Hello guys and welcome to League of Europe D3 podcast with myself, Ivor Bryn Mike, Ryan B and RJW reviewing the Hungarian Grand Prix round number 2, and it was quite eventful to say the least. What's your guys' thoughts on it, first of all?
I mean, RJ commentated on it. He saw how crazy the last few laps were.
Yeah.
I'm not just on about the last few laps, I was on about the whole thing with the amount of spinners and that we had. It was insane.
I mean, for the amount of people that spun out, very few retirement. So.
Yeah, I believe you had the commentator curse of the season so far.
Yep. Yeah.
That had to be my teammate as well.
I seem to do that. Yeah. Have that effect.
Right, so what should we talk about first?
Start from the start, really. I mean, what was it? So qualifying, you had soft runners at the front, Adri leading the pack, then mediums, MCR, me, James, I think it was, and you weren't far behind me, either.
I think I was directly behind you. I think I was fourth in terms of the medium runners.
I mean, I'm surprised people went for the softs. I did practices and they were falling off after a couple of laps. There's no point.
Track position, though, wasn't it? Around Hungary. I mean, Oscar, the thing that surprised me was the amount of people that spun out early on. I mean, you had James going for a little spin, you had Ibo going for a spin as well, you had Ozone going for a spin.
Yeah, Ozone was the first for time, wasn't he, after a couple of laps? Because he got past me originally at the start. I think after a couple of laps I got past him in that lap. He wasn't far behind when he spun it.
Yeah, he was right in front of me when he spun it. Yeah, he was in the S's.
And then 2 corners later, turn 4. I saw his point of view afterwards and he's lost the back end, but somehow avoided the barriers.
I mean, I don't know what happened to Ibo, but I know RJW was very, very upset with that.
See, my memory failed. Like, my memory is terrible. But all I can remember is Dave. It's all I've got stuck in my head now. Because the commentators. I think he had one of the best. Well, we were on qualifying, but I just want to get to Dave. Dave had one of the best starts to a race I've seen in Div 3 for a very long time.
I don't know, what about Ghost?
Yeah. I mean, Ghost had a very good start, but Ghost was obviously, he was behind Dave at that point, so, and then, yeah, I said Dave's having such a good start, he's doing really well, and, yeah, that ended in tears.
Right, so,
Instantly.
so obviously during the first stint, there was pretty much just surviving whoever spun out. You know, we had James spin out. I was being caught, I think, around lap 9 by Fuse, who spun out in turn 1. Raimi was just relieved all the pressure off me. I knew he was going to catch me. I actually left the inside wide open for him to have a little dive bomb at the inside, because he was that close.
That was actually pretty funny on stream, because this is the moment I remember. We were watching turn 1 on the broadcast camera, and it gave it the angle where you see the cars come down from turn 1, and his car just didn't appear. And we're like, where's Fuzz? Where's he gone? And then you just see him come off from the tarmac, and like, okay,
honestly, I thought he might have hit me in the back and that, but I didn't feel anything. I was like, oh no, me and Fuse just collided again. No, not for a second race in a row.
I remember because you were behind me at that point, and I was a bit annoyed that he spun off because I was pulling away from you because you were battling with him. So I was a bit like, damn it, he's going to start catching me. So I'm going off.
I mean, the gap was around about a second between me and you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you ended up in DRS, and then I don't know if you ended up started battling, and I ended up getting out of DRS, which made me happy.
Yeah, I think at that point, as my dog is barking, so apologies if you can hear that. I think at that point I was just doing a comfortable first stint, and I trying not to overcook the tires, trying not to make mistakes, just because how many people had spun already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks where you just got to keep your nose clean, isn't it? You will get the result if you keep your nose clean, because others will probably make the same mistake. So.
Speaking of keeping your nose clean, Educt with the insane amount of penalties. I mean,
What was it in the end? Wait, I'll check.
I know it was pretty insane because he had a massive gap to LFC.
24 seconds. That's 8 penalties.
I think LFC had penalties as well, didn't he?
The highest someone else had was 3. LFC had 2. Yeah, Frey had 3. LFC had 2, and then Adri and Ryan both had 1 each. But 8.
I mean, it was insane just watching the stream back, and I just seeing the amount of times he came up on the bottom saying 3-second time penal, 3-second time pen. As Toon said, you're always collecting them like Pokemon.
Yeah, I gave up in the end in just saying, oh, he's got a penalty, because there was that many that came up. We just gave up on penalties, so yeah.
I don't know what happened to Ghost. I was in the party with him. He said him and Edak may have made a bit of contact into turn 2, where he got squeezed, and I don't know. He said he got a little bit squeezed into the curb and ended up putting it into the wall. But it's interesting, a lot of squeezes going on in into turn 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's very easy to do actually at turn 2, and a lot of the time you don't even notice. So yeah, I'm trying to see actually where he was, but actually show it on the stream. I think I had the feeling he went off at turn 2 and not spun off after it. He was.
Yeah, I think he kind of got squeezed into that curb or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, on the left-hand side.
Yeah, the left-hand curb.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bad curb in itself, and.
Yeah, that and turn 5, the worst curves at Hungary, if you touch them.
Yeah, and turn 4, yeah. But,
I don't know, I think turn 4 is a bit better this year. You can really attack it.
I actually think it's worse this year.
Yeah.
I think you've got to be more cautious.
I don't know, I was pretty impressed with my turn 4, because literally every single first and second sector was closing in on Ryan, but the final sector just couldn't match him.
Yeah.
I was struggling a lot with the last corner. I kept going wide, like really wide.
I was struggling with both corners, the second to last and that one.
But going wide at the second, the penultimate corner doesn't really give you any benefit if you go wide, but the final corner, if you go wide, you get a better run and better acceleration, so it actually does benefit you around this track. Let's say you're at the head of a train and you go wide at the final corner, you'll more than likely keep the position. But if you're closing on someone, there's not much.
Okay, so I think obviously, Ibo picking up the final point due to a few retirements. So, fantastic job there from Ibo, and as you said in the stream, he's always there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. I mean, he was unfortunate. Well, he was pretty unfortunate in Australia, and obviously I think he spun in. I can't remember where he spun, but he had to spin in Hungary as well. So
Turn 5, wasn't it? Because I remember he was
oh
on the
yeah,
grass.
it was on the curb at turn 5. Yeah. I mean that caught a lot of people out in Differy, which I'm surprised because
I think James went there as well, didn't he, for his second spin?
yeah, maybe that was turn 4. I'm not sure. But
I know he spun at turn 4 once, but I think he went
Yeah.
at turn 5 the second time.
I mean, I'm very surprised with the amount of people that spun at turn 5, even though it doesn't seem that high, it's still pretty high because I don't think we had many in the other division. And I just thought, I mean, it's an easy mistake to make if you don't know that it's there. But if you know that the curb's there and the curb's going to do that, I don't know why you take the risk. But people do, and people feel the consequences. So.
Alright, so I'm guessing now that we kind of have to talk about what happened at the front end of the grid now.
Yeah.
MCR versus Adri.
I mean, it was an interesting battle to watch. I don't know what it was like for them to drive, but yeah. I mean, it all ended in tears. Let's be honest.
I mean, MCR got past pretty easily, didn't he? Then Adri sort of picked up the pace, or
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to MCR.
Well, I think Adri was running less wings, so when he was in DRS, he was just always closing that gap.
Yeah. But then he tried the lunge at turn 2, which he later tried a few times.
He tried at turn 1 as well.
Yeah, but I noticed every time when I look back at the screen, he'd just go for that lunge into turn 2, and it just, I don't know. It can work, but watching him do it on stream, it was a bit aggressive. He paid the consequences for it.
You can see how fresh. But you can see it's actually this battle actually very reminiscent of the real life Grand Prix, because you can see the amount of wear that Ad has and how fresh MTR styles are. It's such a big difference. 10 laps in this kind of race is pretty, yeah, 20.
And of course, that gave Adri. He says it was orange damage on his front wing.
A T2 incident.
Yeah, when he went into the wall after trying the lunge on.
Hit the wall.
I mean,
Yeah, because that's when he. I don't know if it.
yeah.
Watching the stream, he hits the wall and he lags back onto the.
I think he reset the track. I think that's what he did. Yeah, I think he reset the track, but yeah, he definitely got damage from that. And then
Yeah.
he did what most people would do and just stay out. But
I agree on staying out.
yeah.
I don't know.
With what
I-
he did.
No.
I don't think he made the right call. I reckon he lost a point there by staying out.
Yeah, because he could have got fastest lap as well, actually.
Yeah, 'cause if he-
I'm not sure.
If he had
No,
made
I
the
think
pit
he's-
stop, he would have come out just behind a lady, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would have been faster than a lady.
And he would have got
On
that
the
fastest lap
soft
as well.
Yeah. That's yeah. Actually, yeah, definitely. That's 1 point lost, but I mean, he took the risk.
Heat at the moment. Heat at the moment as well.
I mean, you got to take that risk, and I mean, it didn't pay off
At
for
the
him.
time, he did still have a podium, and I
Yeah.
was about 8 or 9 seconds back. I think.
Yeah, you were 8.5. So
Yeah.
I mean, he thought he could do it and just fell short.
I mean, it's easy to look back in hindsight and say, yeah, you probably should have gone for the pit stop, but
yeah,
in that moment, he probably knew that Ryan had a 3-second pen as well.
Yeah.
So he might have thought there was a bigger gap between me and Ryan, and he might have thought that I actually had a pen or something as well. You never know.
Because I did catch him, because he spun, he hit turn 2, and then by the time we came around the start finish line, I was not far off, maybe within a second or two. I caught him up very quickly. That's how bad the wing was.
Yeah, I had a ghost in the party with me. He was watching the stream and he was like, "They've hit! They've hit! And then he's got wing damage! And then he's got wing damage, but come on!" It's like, at that time, I was kind of backing off, saving ERS, just to try and get within that 3-second window at the end of the race. But when he said that, I was like, right, I just got to put this back up into medium now and just be consistent. I don't know while I close the gap. But
I mean, I was sort of doing a similar thing to you. I had plenty of ERS, plenty of fuel, trying to manage the gap, and then as soon as I found that out, I started pushing a bit more, because I saw on my map it came up with the yellow flag, I think, and I saw the yellow car had stopped, so then I started pushing, and then ended up behind him at the wrong time, really. I caught him at the exact wrong time. I think I got up to the gearbox at turn 3, but then couldn't get past turn 4.
I mean, it's a tricky corner to try and get past at turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, Hamilton found out last week and it's Verstappen.
Right, and I guess now we gotta talk about your attempts of getting past Adri and RJ. You had the best view in with the stream.
Yeah, this was probably the best battle of the whole race. I give the MCR one, but I mean it was about the same tide distance, but Adri seemed to hold on a lot longer with this one, because at that point, I mean, he was like, "Oh, I've got damage. I'm not going to be able to. If these guys go ahead of me, I'm not going to be able to get them back." So he really, like, he pushed the limits and probably stepped over the limits. And I used probably as a definite.
Yeah, I'd say he'd 100% stepped over the limits, especially with
I mean,
Ryan. Just looking back at the stream.
yeah, I mean that middle set. I think it was lap 32. You went side by side for pretty much the whole final set, and he just completely forced you off. I I think after the chicane you were side by side, and he just goes to the racing line, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna completely end into one of you's gonna crash.
I did see, because at one point we go through the first S's, and his left tyre hits my car, and I
Yeah.
to the side a little bit, and that's when
Yeah.
I was getting I got really angry when that happened, and that's when I tried to go up the inside of turn 12 and got forced off, and then
The big one for me was turn 20. Yeah, it was turn 12. Wait, it is turn 12. Yeah. Down the hill, because you are there. You have your nose on the inside.
Yep.
What does Adri do? Oh yeah, he pretty much drives onto the grass. He's near enough on the grass. There is definitely not a car's whip, and your nose would have gone. You had to back out, and that was the bit where it went too far for me. I think the bit in the middle sector was it was on the limit, just about acceptable. But the turn 12 stuff, that's when it went too far, and then he tried it at turn 2, and
the
he
turn
wasn't
2
getting that
one as well
position.
was just, you've got wing damage, and it's like I think
It was desperation.
Desperation, and it was, if, let's say I was a few feet away or whatever, it'd be gone straight into my car to go round. He wasn't using his own brakes, put it that way.
No.
So,
To me, that turn 2 dive was more of a barge you out of the way to get back into second type lunge.
yeah.
More
it's
than
what you
a
do- it's what you
actual
get kids
move.
to do when you're in ranked mode.
It's like what Adora used to do. And I have fond memories of her. Pushing me out the way at turn 1 in the way at USA, but that was very fun. But yeah, no, it's just what he did was, I mean, without the dives, it was hard racing,
Yeah.
but probably fair. But then the dive and the squeeze at turn 12, that's when it goes far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have been more angry if I was in Ivor's position, because I ended up getting away with
Because
it. I ended up getting past and pulling away.
I mean,
yeah.
here's the thing. I mean, I was aware that you got front wing damage off him. I was aware that he was gonna fight hard
Yeah.
because Ghost was telling me in the party, that you got front wing off him and he will battle very hard. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for DRS. But in the first stage of the S's, he kind of breaks, and I'm guessing because of his front wing, he kind of had to like slow down enough just to make that corner. But he got such a bad run where I was side by side for the second part of the S's, and I can't remember what was the final part of the S's just before the second sector split. Is it turn 12 or 11?
It's 11.
Second S's, where you.
I think the sector splits after turn 11.
Well, I was
I think it's
side.
after. Yeah, just after.
I was side by side with Adri going into that corner. I mean, I had the red arrow there. I knew he was still on the outside. He definitely had the red arrow there for me, and he pretty much just turned in as if I wasn't even there. And of course, I didn't want front wing damage as well, so I kind of like just had to put on the brakes a little bit. Had a little look down there, turn 12. Just wanted to see what he would do, not a real massive dive bomb or anything, and pretty much sure he done exactly what I expected him to do, just completely cut across any chance of a dive from me. And through the final corner then, pretty much brake checks, I take avoiding action, and that Smitsky get past me.
Yeah, with the brake checking as well, I felt like I got brake checked as well. And I think, I can't remember which corner, but you get to a part of the corner where you're going to accelerate out of it. You've done it that many times in the race. You can just accelerate, you'll be fine. You go to do that, and he's hitting the brakes, or he's coming off the accelerator, probably because his car's damaged, and that really wound me up, because I ended up having to slam on. And
Well, this is
that badly damaged, you shouldn't fight it. If you can't go through a corner without having to hit the brakes multiple times, and you're battling with someone, just I don't know. I think just.
I mean, if he's braking early, with the damage, yeah, that's fine. But if he's braking, on the exit of a corner,
yeah,
that's.
I mean, just looking back at my stream and that, literally at that point, even with front wing damage, you can probably get away with accelerating at that point, flat out.
Yeah.
And the thing that got it for me was he managed to go through turn 11, which is another right-hander, pretty well at a decent speed, and taking a decent line, because he pretty much just completely cut off any chance I had of going side by side with him, literally risking a DNF if I tried it. But then he doesn't do the same in the final corner. He kind of breaks halfway around or something.
Yeah.
Which of course messed me up, allowed Smitsky to get past me, and from that point then it was like, I've got to get past Adri as quick as possible. I could not do it at all on that lap until the penultimate corner, where I was just like, right, I'm just going around the outside, and he squeezed me pretty decently, almost into the pits actually.
I didn't actually see the dive on you. He went for the dive was turn 2 on the last lap.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see that because there was a bit of lag, and at one point Adri dives completely, gets miles ahead, and then it lags and then puts you back ahead. So I was really confused what happened there, but I assumed he hit the side of you and then you kept your position.
Nah, I had a lag on my screen on my stream as well at that point as well, so complete lag on my end. But you can see on my stream and that where he dives down my inside, and I've got the switchback line to get the better exit, and then obviously I lag then up the road.
No contact.
Nah, no contact. But yeah, I mean after that then it was just could not catch up to Smitsky. He was closing in.
Yeah.
He had a bit better pace, and unfortunate for me, just missed out on the podium.
Yeah.
But I'm still not happy with Toon telling you all about my safety car glitch.
Yeah, that was pretty fun actually. Waiting for the safety car to come out.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't with the amount of people that spun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we had a safety car in any of the divisions. I don't think we had a VSC in any. I mean,
I
I
still
think
haven't
it's a
had a safety car in
first.
the game at all, even career mode or online or anything. I've no safety cars yet.
I mean, I will say SB just because Tuna's already ruined my brilliant strategy of how I'm going to stay in the race at Bahrain because I'm rubbish at that track. So thanks Toon for ruining my strategy. Literally, if you slow down enough, you can cause a safety car, like in the old games.
Yeah.
And I found this out when I did that you can actually overtake under safety car.
Oh.
Yeah, I was able to
Probably
overtake
shouldn't
under the
have said
safety
this
car.
on the podcast.
I mean, it's already out. You know, Toon's already ruined the strategy. So if anyone sees me trying to cause a safety car, they know exactly what I'm trying to do. Which is why I can't do it anymore. Thanks, Toon.
Anyway, speaking of Bahrain,
Hang on a minute, I just read the Discord on the podcast one. I think Mark's had a few drinks.
a few,
Yeah.
more than a few.
Someone's being called a prick. Who did?
I mean, no, he swore several times in the Div 1. He goes, "Oh, damn it, I swore," and then swears straight after. It's like the Div 1 is going to be
Rated
like the
R.
most iconic podcast purely because he is drunk.
I think you're going to have to upload that after 9 PM after the watershed.
Yeah, after the watershed. In the woods. 9 o'clock in the woods.
Right,
On to Bahrain.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bahrain.
Roscoe, I think we can just like round up Hungary in a few words. Now, it was a bit chaotic, a bit hectic. Some surprises with Ryan going for the spins twice. No, not Ryan. James. Ryan getting the podium.
That was my in LOE. That's my first podium, but I did PRLs last season and I got one podium there, fluked it completely because of people spinning and rain in Japan. But that was my actual first proper podium where I've got there on
Merit.
kind of pace. Yeah, I'm surprised because I'm not keen on Hungary.
And, I don't know if we said it in the stream either. Just don't turn into Mark. It's,
Yeah, I did catch that and
yeah,
turn
with
into
the
the Div
force.
3 version of
yeah.
Mark.
Because the longer you go without a podium, it will. So
I mean, I've only done 3 races and
yeah.
yeah, I'm not quite Mark level yet.
The comparison's still there. Is the problem. So.
Right, so
Anyway, Bahrain.
guessing we can move on to Bahrain, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, for me it's a throwaway race. I'm not getting anything out of Bahrain. Maybe like a couple of points, but nothing.
Yeah, I feel so. Last year's game, I was towards the end of the game. I got quick at it at Bahrain, but just looking at time trial and things like that, I am nowhere near as quick as I thought.
What are you doing in time trials?
Settled right. I'm same time as you actually. I think.
Well, I'm 28, 1 or 20.
21. Yeah. I don't know. I can't get comfortable with the setup though at all. I don't know whether to go low wings or high wings.
I mean, it's tricky to find a balance, so
Yeah. I'm not sure yet. I'll have a look, play around with it, and we'll see.
So, any predictions for Bahrain, guys?
I think James will win.
Third?
Heated will be close as well. Heated's consistent, and he missed last race as well.
What about you, RJ?
So, I also think James will win. But yeah, this is probably going to be one of the tightest races of the season because tyres, like strategies, you can actually do a two-stop run here and make it work. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But I think James will win. He did second, and you know what? Yeah, NG. Why not?
I mean, I know what NG's pace is like, so I mean, obviously time trial pace is nowhere comparable to actual race pace or the qualifying pace because you are flat out on the limit. But just looking at the time trials, as much as I don't want to say it because of what happened in Hungary, Adri's got a very good chance of win you.
Yeah, but we'll have to see because if it's anything from the last two races, it's. I mean, he
And
was
Smitsky
split-
got another good chance of a podium as well.
Yeah,
Strategy's going to be a key one as well.
yeah.
I can't see anyone going on softs unless you get one person who tries to get pole and get away. But
Mm,
I don't think that's
which
worth it.
actually could work around here. Having the clean air can benefit you quite a bit. Man. Not as much as places like Hungary, obviously, but having the clean air means you won't get in the battles when people just slipstream each other.
DRS and slipstream's quite strong at Bahrain, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the 3 DRS thing, one of them really work. So,
I mean, another thing that's going to be interesting is how many people are going to spin it on the curbs.
and it's not as bad as last year.
Yeah, but you
mean,
know what I'm on about, like
go
the
ahead.
final sector with the second part of the S, you clip that inside curbs and
Yeah,
just
that
going
one's
around.
mad. But it's the same with the Hungary one. People know about it now. It shouldn't be that much of a problem.
I mean, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean this is probably it'll be one of up there with probably Monza and I don't know Canada. This is probably one of the best races to commentate or watch over. So I'm
Yeah, I'm looking to commentating over Div 2 as well. I think that's going to be a tasty affair.
yeah.
But Ibo top 10. Come on, Ibo. You can do it.
It went for top 6. Shall we go through the standings just
Yeah, we can go for the standings.
now? I don't know if this is confirmed, but the name, well, MCR's got the name McLaren next to him. I don't know if he is now full time or.
He should be. He should be full time now.
So okay, so leading we have MCR in the McLaren on 37 points. James is second. That whole race in Hungary, but I think he would be leading it without it. He's on 31. Smitsky's in third on 25. Heated in fourth on 18. Ryan fifth, 18. Ivor sixth, 17.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Ryan, but
And-
I'm coming for that fifth.
Yeah.
I'm going for the best of Formula 3.5. D3.5.
Well, does that exclude James and MCR basically?
Yeah, heated as well.
Heated.
I think, yeah, if Fuzz as well, he's pretty quick.
I don't know, I'm waiting for Baku, I am.
I hate
Ah.
that.
I love Baku.
It's just one where you can pick up points because people just make really easy mistakes. And it's not like it's like literally anyone can get caught out as well. So not one of those you pushed it too hard or something. It's just one of those. It's a bit like Monaco. It's so easy to do. Yeah. So we had 6 by Fuzz is 7th on 15. NG's 8th on 15. And then we have Edith on 9. And Karkan on 8. So it's
going to
still,
be interesting with Heated and NG and Car Cannon coming back. I think for Bahrain.
yeah.
Because obviously they could have
pretty well
picked
in
up.
Australia.
Yeah, I think if Heated and NG and Car Cannon were there,
Yeah.
I don't reckon I would have been a P4.
I reckon the podium could have been completely different. To be honest. I mean, except for probably MCR.
Yeah.
It could have looked.
I wouldn't have had the pace, I don't think. Although,
I mean, I'm
I
not.
was only, at the time when the league
Were we
changed,
not
I was only
actually-
at 8 seconds, I think. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, normally I would have been a bit further back, I think, from the leaders.
I'm not gonna lie. I was just kind of lucky that everyone behind me just kept spinning. I mean, James was catching me. He spun it. Fuse was catching me. He spun it.
And I had you behind me protecting me from all them attacking.
Well, to be honest, just looking back at the stream of that, I was like, I probably should have finished like 6th on pure pace,
I've got
maybe
I
7th.
think he's going to get a podium. I think I know he's going to get a podium this weekend, actually. LFC.
Oh.
He's quick at Bahrain.
So that's why
Nice
LFC
shout.
wanted to do the podcast as well.
He's quick at Bahrain, I know that.
Yeah, that's a shout actually. I didn't quite. Yeah, I didn't quite consider LFC. I'll be honest.
It's going to be interesting, just to say the
It's
least.
gonna be close.
Yeah. There's quite a few quick people at this track.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully they'll take each other out and let me pick up scraps.
Nah, hopefully you go with them so I can just, get that win.
Shall we go over the constructors then? Just quickly.
Yeah.
No surprises winning. Haas at top on 46. Renault second on 33. Red Bull in third on 32.
Yeah, that's the thing that annoyed me. That's the thing that really annoyed me is Renault just got that one extra point.
It's still a long way to go. 16 more races, and that could all change. So the fact that there's 14 from you to Haas is not a lot. That can swing pretty easily. So
I mean, MCR will should bring up some decent points now from McLaren. So we're gonna see McLaren come into the fray as well very soon, I reckon.
yeah. Right. So fourth Toro Rosso on 25, and then fifth is Ferrari on 20, and then kind of splits off. And then we have McLaren on 8, as MCR's points do not count. If they did, they would be or like 1 point off. Not sure.
They'd be second, wouldn't they?
By like what, a point or something like that. I don't do the maths. No, they'd be if MCR's points counted. They would be 1 point off. Yeah, they'd be second by a point. Racing Point 7th for 6, Alfa Romeo 8th 3, Williams 9th of 1. Mercedes, the only team yet to score a point in Div 3.
That's because they
but I
keep
think that's
having
'cause
ozone there.
drivers have- Yeah, new drivers great.
I've known Ozone for a while, so I know he does like a
Yeah.
bottle every now and then.
I have seen. I don't think his points would have counted anyway from Mercedes, but yeah, he's got the pace. Just a few mistakes.
He's like a ballerina
Yeah.
dancer.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in Ozone, you got that feeling. So that he was quick, but inconsistent at times. But is that all we've got? Is that everything, or does anyone else want to talk about the event?
Well, at the moment, I think we're just pending on the rest of the stewards' reports, just seeing how everything is going to play out. So I don't think they've done.
Was there a stupid report
Not yet.
I couldn't submit one because I didn't have any footage.
Not yet. I mean, you could have put the stream footage in. I think it's a bit too late for you to do that now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
no, it's
they're
past the
cut-
deadline. You got to do
yeah.
it by Wednesday.
Yeah.
There's been no D3 ones so far. So as at the moment, the results stand as they are at the end of the race.
I mean, I think it'll be interesting if someone puts in a report on for Educt as well for his collisions with a few people. I think he had a few. So I know Ghost was extremely furious with Educt, so he might have put one in.
Just have to wait and see, won't we? When,
Yep.
or if. I mean, well, I say if. There's surely got to be one that race. So we should see some soon, but we haven't got one yet. So.
No, so just pending on Stewart's reports, and yeah, I mean Bahrain should be a fantastic race.
Bit of a race.
Hopefully, we get a few surprises in the race as well. Some surprise performances.
Yeah. As I said, I think LFC could be the one to watch. I could.
He's my teammate as well, so I want him to do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got people coming back as well that will definitely throw the name back into the hat. James looking for redemption. Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see, and yep, Saturday's going to be one to tune in for, definitely.
Yep.
So I think that's it now, is it, guys?
Yep. Well, that's all I've got.
Okay. Alright, guys, thanks for tuning into the D3 podcast. Make sure you join us on Saturday at 20 past 6, isn't it? Start time? Yeah, 20 past 6 Saturday for round number 3 at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we'll see how terrible me and Ryan do. Goodbye.